It's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
What it is. Thank you for checking us out. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. How you doing? I'm fired up. Let's get going. It's time for Hot Topics. Come on. The makeup of it all. Hi. So look at here. Bruno Mars is telling the NFL who to pick for next year's Super Bowl at halftime. I didn't realize he was such a talker. You know, I thought he made the music and minded his own business. All right? Well, here's what he's talking about. First of all, next year's Super Bowl is going to be in Atlanta, all right? So he wants performers to be hip-hop artists. I am trying to understand what he's saying because while I love hip-hop, I also understand family-friendly. You know, that girl named Emily with her husband named Henry, and they're sitting there with their kids in the middle of Idaho. They don't know nothing about no T.I. Little John does not have a body of work like that. I mean, Little John is cute, but no. Outkast, no. Jermaine Dupri, no. Just because it's in Atlanta doesn't mean that the artists have to be from Atlanta. These guys aren't big enough to woo Emily and Henry and their kids. And that's a fact, Jack. You know who the NFL panders to for a Super Bowl halftime. I'm telling you, I'd be okay with Puffy and his family, but not too much of the family. Like, you know, not too much. More about Puffy and Little Kim, but not want to bumble with the Beehive, huh? Like, she can't do that. Emily and Henry and their kids will turn the TV off. So it's really difficult. You know, hip-hop is such a squirmy business, but so lovely at the same time. How about Jay-Z and Kanye? Jay is big enough now, he gets the game. He knows exactly what Henry and Emily want. Kanye is out to pasture. By the way, unless he sees his doctor, I don't trust him on live TV. Do you know what I mean? Anything could happen. But what I really want is Jennifer Lopez. No, she's not from Atlanta. She's not from Atlanta. Who cares? You know, she's from the Bronx. And if not Jennifer, then Janet Jackson. Not as big a reception for Janet, I noticed. You caught that? That's what we were talking about in our bureau meeting this morning. We were like, Jennifer is still more relevant than Janet. Janet is kind of out to pasture, like take that residency and sit in Vegas and do the damn thing. Super Bowl committee, I don't know what you all are gonna do. I'm squinting and I'm spying. I'm dressed like a spy today. And I'm watching. Anyway, February 3rd. Get me some alternative programming already. Unless Jennifer's there. All right, so speaking of the Super Bowl, this Justin Timberlake. So here he goes. Reportedly, he is devastated by you guys' backlash of his performance. Now, I didn't see the performance. All I know is that I'm sure Emily and Henry love this costume. If you know what I'm saying, and I think you do. So there was a lot of internet backlash. Reportedly, they scared him out of wanting to perform with Prince's hologram because that's what he wanted to do. And he decided at the last minute to project Prince, you know, that footage on a sheet. Well, the hologram thing never happened. Prince had already said when he was alive that he didn't like, you know, holograms. They were demonic. Sheila E. says that she spoke to Justin, who assured her that there'd be no hologram. Prince's sister, Taikyo Tony. Okay, same difference? Okay. Anyway, so she says that she liked it and wants the haters to back off. She liked the performance. Well, you know, he bought the song, she got the check. You know, what's to complain? I don't care. Because my thing, in conclusion, about appropriating other cultures is that if you are, shout out to all the Asian people, Indian people, and others that tune into our show, but I'm speaking black, white now. When you're white and you try to appropriate black culture, you can always go back to being white. And this is what we tell our son constantly from the day he started making friends. You know, all that yo, 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 your white boy friends do. They can be white and get their job on Wall Street tomorrow. And your black ass will still be black. And you better remember. Yeah. Yeah. Which is not a bad thing, just an awareness thing, You know, you're running around Manhattan with the Uber and your friends, one is Indian, one is Asian, and Black Kevin. I'm like, keep your hands in your pocket and keep your eye on the exit. Because who do you think would be blamed? Black Kevin. Sad, but true. So sorry, Justin, that your career is in the toilet at this point. Sorry, Justin, that nobody liked your last album. Sorry, Justin, you know, that you're crying like a baby. And sorry, Justin, that you have so much to say about this performance, but nothing to say when you rip Janet's boob off. Go back to Henry and Emily. They will always love you. No, I took the melatonin for the first time last night. Best night of sleep of my life. No, because I have issues. I have issues with sleeping. I am fired up today. And so, Khloe Kardashian is due in April with Tristan Thompson's baby, but Tristan's dad is bashing him for leaving his ex, Jordy, and his 1-year-old son, Prince, alone. So dad has jumped in, and he's... Okay. And he posted, one day Prince will question Tristan for what he's done. And Tristan is acting like the boy doesn't have a father, apparently. Yeah, the boy's only 1 year old. And this was not a thought girl or drive-by. This was a real relationship that he had with Jordy. Excuse me. Then he met Chloe, and I guess he decided to trade in for fame. Which unfortunately is what a lot of people do. Like, you just can't be happy with your money and your low-key girlfriend. Like, everybody wants to be famous. So this is what we've got. And I wonder, you know, as much as Chloe loves kids, I would hate to think, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I would hate to think that Chloe is encouraging him to leave the boy alone. Let's start our own family. But you know how some women are. So Jordy says, one day you will meet someone who, thanks God, your ex made the mistake of letting you go. I don't know what that means. But Chloe is due in April. Look, you know, she's, we have to give her at least until September before we judge her position on this. You know, although he was in a relationship when he met Chloe, so Chloe was the creep, and then until she became the girl. And now Chloe's the one who's pregnant. And the father is messy. Stop talking, Jordy's dad. Oh. Okay. So speaking of dads, our favorite dad, Beyonce's dad. I'm gonna choose my words carefully. This is a very Negroidian conversation. Shady cameramen. Women. Damn you. Beyonce's dad thinks that she wouldn't be as popular if her skin was darker. Matthew talked to Ebony magazine, and he said that when it comes to black females, Mariah Carey, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and his daughters are the ones played on pop radio, and they're all light-skinned. And we tried in our Hot Topics meeting. Norman, don't leave me hanging.
I know, I'm like,
We
no,
tried.
We tried, we really, really tried. Maybe SZA, I can think of, is darker skinned.
Okay.
But I'm scanning my brain and I just can't think of anybody right now.
Do you think this is a thing?
Yeah, I do. I think maybe it is a thing. And it's like something that is, we don't really talk about it out loud a lot, but I think,
This is not an open conversation.
Yeah.
This is so kitchen table talk. This is not even for Ebony magazine. This is like something that you talk about behind the scenes. Beyonce, ignore his calls regarding the article. They're probably gonna be calling you, ignore them. I hate the dark skin, light skin conversation. I hate that a lot of you think that I bleach my skin. I hate that, and you know what? There are people who bleach their skin, but I'm not one of them. But I do have to admit that when we first got this show, okay. Now here go people behind my back, because you know, no one talks to the actual star. You know, they talk around, then I have to find out. Tweak the lights, blow them out lighter. Tweak the makeup. Stop, you know, make it a little, you know, oh, there were whispers. And I was told, and I went right to lighting. Make me the color that I am, and Morel do my makeup the way my makeup is done. There will be no trickery with dark skin and light skin here at Wendy. That's it. That's it. So meanwhile, here in New York, Ramona Singer is being accused of being involved in a clothing scam. Now, Ramona, really? A former employee who is suing Ramona is claiming that she would make her buy designer clothing to wear for the show. Then Ramona would allegedly submit the receipts to Bravo for the refund, but then also return the clothes to the store for a second refund. I mean, that's a good scam though, right? If you have that time of the day, who has that time of the day? The employee is also claiming that Ramona had her submit fake receipts to Bravo for clothes that she already owned. Well, Ramona, this looks like a Target aisle 1. Just saying. Here's the problem. When you start doing scams like this, they eventually all come out. And now, Ramona, you're looking rotten, which makes me more interested in Bravo hiring you to hold an apple and come back to the Housewives of New York. Oh, wait, no, that's Jill Zarin. Ramona's still there. All right, stay. Stay. Speaking of Housewives of New York, so Bethany is hiring an assistant. The hours, this was all in page 6, local paper here in New York. Okay, the hours are Monday through Friday and when needed. Duties include her daily looks. What does that mean? Pull my stilettos, pull my jeans, pull my, I don't know. Managing her dog's schedule. Oh, nothing. Okay, that's a side thing. That's not a thing. That's, you know, and taking photo of Bethany and her dogs for social media. Well, where's the real assistant work? You know, file this, call this one, do that. Well, Bethany says she's looking for somebody with tough skin who can handle the pressure of a serious businesswoman. Well, she's warned you. You know, at first, if I was the mother of a girl wanting to apply, I would say no. However, if I was a mother aware of Bethany and the Housewives, I would say, yeah, get in there, tolerate it for a month. Take down fastidious notes, roll tape from your iPhone, and we'll write a book. And steal as much as you can. I mean, no, stealing's not right, but I mean, slide as much as you can off to the side. And you know, she's got this fabulous house in the Hamptons, so the assistant would have to go out there, and we're approaching summertime, so why not? Have a good time. Yeah. All right. More great show for you today. Dave Salmoni is here. Dave Salmoni, he's got some wild animals. Smells like wild animals in here. But up next, actress Anna Lynn McCord is on the couch, so don't go far. Grab a snack, come on back. Okay, we can't be loud. Everybody calm down, hold on to your wig. We will get snatched. Okay, here to show us some animal friends from around the world, please welcome Animal Planet's Dave Salmoni. Hi, Dave.
How are you?
Welcome to our show.
Have a grape to give to her.
I love a sloth.
This is a two-toed sloth. They have two-toed, three-toed. One of the cool things about these guys, obviously, is they love, you just keep throwing food in there. Perfect.
They eat and lay around.
They love to be upside down. They move really, really slow.
My weekend routine.
And you can see these claws. You get a real close up there on these claws. They look real dangerous, but really most of that is just for hanging upside down in trees. They can use them as defense, but don't typically have to. Because
do they get on the ground and run? Because
they can.
Their feet don't look practical
They're
for running.
thought of as very, very slow, but they can move quickly for short periods of time. But typically, they like to just hang out upside down in trees.
How old is this one?
This one's a full grown. This is as big as she's going to be. She was actually on the Puppy Bowl as a referee just the other day.
Hi, honey.
You ready to see the next guy?
Yes.
Why don't I show you something else? Here you go.
Dave, how long have you been with Animal Planet?
Almost 20 years now. 1999 was my first special.
An armadillo?
I have her. Yep. Now this is a screaming, hairy armadillo.
I'm not sure what to do.
Oh, you stay there. First of all, the thing I like about it, so screaming hairy, their one defense is that if they get a little annoyed, now if you a little annoy him there, he might get upset. Well, he's not getting upset. I don't want to make him too upset, but they scream. They make a really loud noise, which is sort of like, yeah, is he starting?
Like barking.
Yeah, and he's basically saying to all the predators, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. Now, you can touch the back there. You can feel it's very, like an armored plating back there. You see how he's coiled up? So if he got nervous, he'd coil right into a little ball. Oh, there you go.
Now,
Here, I'll put it next to me.
Okay, I'm not going to annoy you. All right.
So that's him just saying, I'm big and scary.
How do armadillos help the environment?
Now, these guys, they'll clean up. So they have been known to be around carcasses and things. So if a dead animal is side of the road, they come in and eat. You want to see something else?
Someone on the LIE, this could clean up the carcass.
Exactly, exactly. Now, the next one, as you can see, is an owl. This is one of the smallest owls in North America. Oh, you got big guy.
There you go.
That's okay. He's just getting resettled. You're all right. You're nice and safe. Now, don't reach out and pet this guy, but you can, stay nice and close. It's cute. It's a screech owl. They're found in North America. And one of the cool things about them is you can see I'm wearing a glove. The reason is you can get a nice close-up on that claw. That's their talon. So this guy, even though really small, is a great hunter. So we'll sit up in a tree, wait, see if something moving, a small mammal or a bug.
How you doing? How you doing? I'm trying to make him twirl his head all the way around.
So if he gets his eyes on something, I'll move his body. So they can move their head 270 degrees. And oddly, it's almost always against the camera. There you go.
So it's not 360?
No, not all the way around. It's 270, so it can go all the way that way, all the way that way.
Okay.
And the reason that's a benefit is they can sit up in a tree, sit on a branch, and look for food.
Where do we find this owl?
North America, from Mexico all the way up to Canada.
And how do they benefit us?
They also will get, so if you don't like mice, these guys love to eat mice. So they'd be your best friend.
Perfect. Oh, perfect.
Now, next animal. Oh, hi, big guy.
Wait, hold on.
Now, this is a badger.
This is a love-hate.
This is a badger. Now, this is another one you probably don't want to go too close to.
I've never met a badger, but I've been told I'm a badger.
And that's their reputation. Their reputation is that they can be aggressive if they want to be. So the thing I really like with this guy is, like, he likes to tell everybody, he likes to tell everybody how big and strong he is. So this black and white feature that he has, that is to tell predators, hey, remember me, I'm big and tough, you don't want to come near me. So this guy's been known to be as big and tough around bears and...
Can I touch him?
The very, very back.
I love the broadness of his back.
Okay, just there
Oh
you
my
go.
gosh.
He feels nice, that fur. It's because he lives in a lot of cold climates. I'm going to pull him away real quick. That's because when they do bite, they bite really, really hard.
Oh.
I'm going to give you back. We got
Is the
one
badger
more
the
fun
one
animal.
with the tail for the dams?
No,
Oh,
that's a beaver. Beaver. And the next one
now
is,
what
come
is
on over
this?
here. Come on over here.
No, what
You're
the deer tick is going on.
This is a muntjac deer.
Okay.
Do you want to come in or you want to stay there? Okay. So I'm going to get down low for this little girl.
Okay.
The thing about a muntjac deer that's really, really interesting is they're one of the only deers that'll... Oh, you're okay, sweetheart.
Yay.
Okay, sweetheart.
She's fun.
Yeah, come on in. So this is Jamie. This is her mother. You're going to bring her in to keep her calm. They're cool because they can actually hunt other animals. So it's the only deer that'll eat meat, which I think is a bit neat for a deer.
Wow.
And you can see she really likes to get scratched under her chin. So that's how Mom just calmed her down, make her have a lot of fun here.
Now, where is she from?
This is an Asian animal, Southeast Asia. And the other thing that's really cool about them is they have a canine tooth that grows really big, like big tusks. So they actually kind of look tough and mean for a deer. So they're very, very neat.
She's not the deer with the deer ticks.
No deer ticks is. So a deer tick is the type of tick that used to live on ticks, or live on deer. There you go, you can give her a scratch.
Well, then, hello.
There you go.
Hi, dear.
Yeah, there's no ticks on this little girl. She's
dearie.
perfect.
She really is. Well, this is really wonderful. Audience, keep your claps low because the animals will go wild. Thank you, Dave, for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, all the animals. For more information on Animal Planet, go to wendyshow.com. We'll be right back.